Hello guys, this is a video demonstrating how you may upgrade the vCenter 5.5 to 6.0, the new one. Has already published a couple of days ago, and I have repeated this process again in my computer before, but now I'm gonna do it again for you to demonstrate some difficulties I have faced, and hopefully repeat the same messages I encountered, and let's see how you may solve these issues, and do some further explanation of how you may upgrade from the vCenter 5.5 to 6.0. The first thing you have to do is download the ISO file from the VMware download center, then mount it using an Ultra ISO or something else, like I did in my case, and then you have to run the VCA setup HTML. But before you do that, you have to go to the VCA folder and run the client integration plugin. This is required, and you may not proceed the installation if you have not already installed this one. In my case, I have done it before, so I will not do that again. Okay, let's run the VCA setup. I open it with the Chrome. Okay, now displays a message that the client integration is required. The client integration is coming up, and we select the upgrade. As a supported upgrades, click OK, and then accept the license agreement, the end user license agreement, next. And now it's asking for the credentials for the current VCA center, which is this one. Username is root, the password. Let's do some checks. The new VCA center I'm gonna install will be in the same host. This is a lab. Yes. VMware 6, wait a minute. Specify the host. Sorry, that's the host. This is the host, not the IP address of the vCenter. That's the host. Yes. Okay, now let's write down the new vCenter name. Center. Let's see how was the previous one. The old vCenter has this name. Rename. Let's wait something like this. Okay, that's a new one. I decided to exclude the VMware word in the front of it. I click next. And now it's asking which version I'm going to upgrade. The version I'm going to upgrade is 5.5. What is the IP address of the current vCenter? Sorry. And it's asking for the vCenter administration password, which previously I have not entered it in the previous vCenter installation, so it used to be blank. In my case, I will fill this up. And asking for the root. It's asking if you want to migrate the performance and other historical data. I will select yes. And it's asking for the source IECX host. It's the same like the previous one. It's 10, 10, 10. The installation will be the same host, the same hardware. So this case, let's see, I click next. In this case, in my previous vCenter installation, which was from scratch, I have not, as I said before, entered an administration password for the vCenter. So I had to change this. I had to change this from the vCenter control panel. In this case, if you want to do something like this, then you have to do this process. You have to log in to the control panel. Of the previous vCenter. And then you go to authentication, sorry, you go to system, okay, where was that? Single sign on, here it is, here it is. If you have not never before supplied a password for this local account, for this one, then you have to do it now before you proceed from the upgrade. But in order to do that, let's give example. In order to do that, if you click Save Settings here, and then says the embedded single sign-on server will be completely reinstalled and so on, says OK, it displays an error. The error says that the VPXD must be stopped to perform this operation. In order to avoid this error, then you have to go to Summary, then click Stop on the server here, apply the single sign-on password, and then fire up again. So in my case, I'm gonna do that, and I will pause the video, save some time. Gonna stop this one here. It says that stopping the services now. I will pause the video again. The vCenter server has the primary service has been stopped. Let's go back to single sign-on. Let's resupply the password. Sorry. Okay, let's test the settings. It's okay, operation was successful, and save settings. Yes. No error anymore. I will pause the video again. And we have supplied the proper password for the administrator in this case. You can click Summary again. See what's going on with the services. And let's start the service here in vCenter. Okay, and the service is up and running. So everything was successful. Let's go back to the previous screen, which we have to supply a new password. Sorry. And let's have a review of the settings. Yes, proceed, yes. Okay, click next. Now it's validating the settings. And the next screen is a warning. It says that after upgrade, Postgres password must be the same as the VC user, and some things about it. You want to continue? Yes. Okay. Next is asking about the size of the vCenter. In this case, we select the smallest one, which is a tiny size. This is a lab. Next. And it's asking for the data store to install. Data store, let's say this one. Next. and now it requires a temporary network which will have the connectivity to the previous vCenter appliance. I just forgot to mention that in my previous installation, which was not recorded, I faced a problem concerning the step 4 somewhere here. Sorry, let's go back and demonstrate a problem that I faced. The problem was in this step. While I click next, there was an error says that the host name that I have choose was not certified, or the certificate was not valid. This was a serious problem, and if you face such a kind of error, this is a yellow message with a red font at the top of the screen, then you have to go back again to the vCenter control panel and click admin, select certificate regeneration enable, click submit, and restart the whole vCenter center again from scratch in order to regenerate a valid certification in your case. Otherwise, you will not be able to proceed from this step here. If you face this kind of error, and when the vCenter reboots and returns back to the normal operation, just click again no here and then submit it again in order not to issue new certificates every time you reboot it. This will be very annoying. That's another message. Let's click cancel. No. Okay, let's go back to Server Appliance. Let's go next. Revalidating this. Okay, the next screen we have seen before. I just forgot to mention that I'm not using an Active Directory implementation, Active Directory, so everything will be embedded in locally. In this case, if you're using an Active Directory, then you have to supply an Active Directory credentials in order to authenticate a single sign-on. Let's go back, select Data Store 1. I will be enable the thin disk mode. This is a lab. Sorry if I may confuse you. So I went back and forth, but I have to explain some things around here. Now, it's asking me for an IP address that will be used temporarily in order to install the vCenter, the new appliance, in this temporary address, and then this address will be reallocated as the new vCenter will occupy the previous vCenter address. This is a temporary setting. Let's supply this one. 550, 10, 1. Let's this one. This is not mandatory anyway. Click next. We review the settings here, and if everything was okay and your settings you believe it's okay, then click finish. And then here comes the final installation. Initializing. I will freeze the video, so it will take some time. Don't spend it on the video waiting.
I think you were also
and here we are. I hope this was informative for you, and